So then back in the hallway with MJF, the Acclaimed have found him, and he's sitting there dejected, looking at his fucking list of talent, and nobody will be his friend. He's got to find 3 of them. Well, coincidentally, again, they offer, hey, if MJF will scissor us and wear what's in a garbage bag that they're handing, if you'll scissor us and wear what's in the bag, we'll be your partners. And MJF looks in the garbage bag and said, no, never, and kicks him out of the hallway and has one more group on the list, and he turns to the left, and there is Jeff Jarrett and his entire band of stooges like, come on, come on, come on, like they're beckoning to him in a dream. And he looks down at the garbage bag and sighs and turns to walk back to the Acclaimed. And scene. It's so ridiculously phony. No.
Look at Jeff Jarrett's team. Tony brings that entire group of people to TV every week.
To stand there and just do a pre-tape where they're waving at the guy. So then Renee Moxley Good was over on the other part of the arena with Roddy and his clowns and their pet giraffe, and they call Adam Cole. And Roddy is complaining to Adam because he can't believe that Max didn't ask us to be his partners, and Adam hangs up, tells him shut up and hangs up on him or whatever. So again now, the AEW World Champion, who just a few short months ago was the hottest, most talked about heel in the business in terms of a young guy on the way up, is now portrayed as a friendless, bullied goof who does comedy with underneath guys and is in an 8-man tag and a main event world title match at the pay-per-view that are both being treated and built and promoted as silliness and jokes. And I don't know what the fuck is the reason for it. Why would you do any of this to all these people? He almost had something here, Tony did, with the talent, and he has taken away everything about each one of them that made anybody like them. And then they had the 8-man tag. And MJF had to come out in a pink Scissor Me shirt and a pink Burberry scarf, right? I guess that was the extent of his pinkness, wasn't it?
The boots, maybe? I don't know. And it was an 8-man tag with the Gangbang Clangers against the Acclaimed and MJF, and the Acclaimed come out, and Caster does his rap. Now, he can still rap. He's still allowed to rap, even though he's being treated as if he's the goddamn Rain Man in every other aspect. But then he rapped, he knocked Rick Pitino, which got a pop, and then it was either bad network audio or he got the fuck bleeped out of everything else he said. Did you hear it? I don't know what he said. Other than the Rick Pitino part, I heard that.
Okay, unless it was my cable system's audio fucking up after I can't remember what the rhyme with Pitino was, but it worked. But we're going to run you out of town like Rick Pitino. That was good. Everybody got that. And then something got bleeped the fuck out of it. And I don't know what the fuck he said. And then they rang the bell for this thing with 15 minutes left on the air, and they went to break after about 3 minutes. And at that point, nobody cares about this thing anyway. Let's skip to the meat of the matter. The heels took out Billy Gunn and Bowens. They're selling out on the floor around the ring. And Caster, they've got the heat going on him, but he makes the hot tag to MJF. And when MJF comes in, Jay White runs away, and MJF makes the comeback on the other 3 of them and chases Jay White, gets stopped, but he comes out of it, hits a kangaroo kick. One of the Gunn boys took a great bump over the top rope. And then he hit the fucking kangaroo kick. And then Jay White fucking came up from behind him and hit his goddamn finish on MJF and pinned him 1, 2, 3.
And so remember I said that on the previous program we did that MJF needs to be out healing the heels in some respects because the reason he's over is because he was the ultimate heel, the devil, the smartest one. He needs to outsmart him and then let him use numbers advantages or behind jumping or whatever. So, yes, they used a numbers advantage, but they beat together. He tried to steal his belt back, and the heels jerked it away from him. So he accepts an 8-man tag. Actually, it was his idea. He brought it up originally to get his belt back, and he gets beat in it. That may work for Ricky Morton baby faces, but it doesn't work for the fucking devil. He's being bullied and mistreated by fucking Wardlow in the hallway. He's being outsmarted. He's interacting with preliminary and mid-card talent in joking comedy segments. And then as the heels celebrate their win, I swear to God, I had just written, if they're complete idiots, they'll kick the shit out of him some more. And the Guns went to pick him up. And Jay White had the title belt he's going to hit him with. And I'm like, what the fuck? And not Bowens, but Billy Gunn and the Acclaimed came back from the dead and suddenly dove in and made a comeback on 3 of the heels. And while they're doing that, they were resurrected instantly from we're laying on the ground to we're running in and kicking ass. Jay White went to hit MJF with the title belt again, and my DVR froze because it was fucking 10 o'clock and it's time for them to go off the air. So did he hit him or did he not hit him? Because that depends on whether this was rotten or fucking rotten. Because if they beat the goddamn world champion and then hit him with his belt too, it was fucking rotten. If they just beat him, it was just rotten.
We are in the future again. Jim? There you go.
Boy, I'm telling you, all this traveling is giving me gas.
All right.
We had to skip ahead, but it's your show, so you can tell the people why, because we both, neither one of us, actually got to see the finish of the fiasco, the 8-man, after MJF had kangaroo kicked and things were still going on. Both of our DVRs froze. They were way past time to go off the air. So we've done a little research now. Is this correct?
This is correct. In fact, I went to AEW, or TBS actually has it on their YouTube channel, the TBS YouTube channel. I'm sure AEW must have it too, but TBS has got to make their cut, I guess.
Well, they're probably just trying to bring the people the finishes of the programs on their air that they don't get to see.
After the kangaroo kick, apparently the Bullet Club Gold, as they are called, or at least Jay White, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about here. Jay White was going to hit MJF with the fucking belt, and then Max Caster, because he's in love with MJF, I guess, pushes MJF out of the way and sacrifices himself, getting hit with the belt. Jay White's momentarily stunned, runs out. Bullet Club Gold on the ramp. MJF and the Acclaimed get to know each other for a moment. and then it's a group scissor and the happy ending of MJF finally embracing.
The MJF scissored.
He is a scissorer.
How nerdish can they make the devil? Does the devil wear a pocket protector? Does the devil have thick Coke bottle eyeglasses? Does the devil have a cowlick?
In disguise, I guess he could.
Does he spend all of his time at the library making notes?
You describing yourself?
Hey!
What?
No, it depends on what the subject is you're looking up in the library. But nevertheless, oh, Christ. Scissoring from MJF now. And... again, Caster, why is he...
with that finish, I can understand sacrificing yourself if the guy's laid out unconscious and the other guy's coming off the top rope and all you can do is just dive on and cover the guy or whatever, like the old sacrifice spot like that. But if they were all on their feet and Jay White's running to hit MJF with the fucking belt from behind, it couldn't, instead of sacrificing
it wasn't from behind.
himself,
MJF was slowly
MJF
rising up and Jay White was
rising up and going to turn around to him.
No, he was just going to
hit the.
He wasn't really going to turn around. He was just going to stand up, and Jay White was waiting for the moment he was up to finally hit him.
Oh, so.
And then Max Caster pushed him out of the way, and
the sucker babyface MJF was just going to stand up when he's already been fucking pummeled and beaten, and the perpetrator of the evil deed was going to be fair enough to wait till the guy got to his feet before he hit him again.
Well, hold on. Now you're making me doubt it. Let me go back and watch that moment.
And could Caster have just gone over and said, "Hey, Jay White, I'm going to tackle you with that belt before you hurt my good friend"? Did he have to take the shot in the head?
Oh, no, I apologize. I was wrong. MJF holding the ropes, pulling himself up on the ropes. Yeah, hold on. I'll play it.
Because you see it every week.
MJF pulling himself up on the ropes. He's getting ready to turn around, but Max Caster sees what's going on, pushes him, takes the belt, goes down.
Could Caster have just gone over and pickled him, Jay White in the fucking mouth and stopped it?
Oh, he's so much bigger than Jay White. He could have just clotheslined his head off. But MJF now appreciates what Max Caster, the stalker tendencies out the window. This man threw himself in front of this pirate with this belt to save him. So now a Long Island Brotherhood has led to, of course, MJF's wearing a shirt that says "Scissor Me."
Nice. Oh, God.
You know, the problem is, it's like all the things I was afraid of have happened. But all together, like it'll be really bad WCW. It will turn into TNA. I've said many times, including especially when Jeff Jarrett and crew came in. It's a show that's lost all sense of direction, even with their audience.
So you're saying that next week on the program, Darby Allin is going to jump a tricycle over a shark?
I think that would get more viewers than anything, but they would have to build it up. If it was like 3 days in advance, like, Darby's got a tricycle, what will he do? And then like he whispers the day before, "I'm gonna do something fucking nuts." Then people will watch.
Shark baby.
I would honestly, after watching that video of him on that tricycle, I would watch so much more of that if he does a preamble every time. Because I think the preamble was, "I stopped training for Mount Everest to do this, and my shoulder hurts." And then he lands on his fucking shoulder. It's the funniest thing ever. He got more injured doing that than when he jumped in a car. He jumped his house in a car, didn't he?
Yes. Or jumped his car in a house. I'm not sure. I think he did both at one point or another. But going back to the other stupid people for a second, here's another. Why has it become epidemic for whoever is going to hit somebody with something, whether it be a move or an object or a title belt or whatever the case, to get in the far corner as far away from them as possible while the person they are fighting is already selling and could easily be abused further, and not only wait for them to get up, but motion for and mouth the words, "Get up," so that when they get up, they can hit them again and knock them back down. When did this become a thing that is everywhere? How many times did you see me roll in the ring with my tennis racket, and when a babyface's back was turned, and scream at him, "Hey, turn around"? What the fuck? That's the whole idea. You hit somebody from behind to begin with. That's even more heat. What sense does that make? There's milking, and then there's waiting for fucking a bus, and it takes less time for the bus to come in some major cities than it does for some of these people to get the fuck up and turn around so you can knock them down again. Am I just imagining that you didn't see that in most major main event matches in days gone by?
No. I mean, when Hulk Hogan started hulking up, there was no stopping him.
And you certainly didn't, but the heel, if the heel had the baby face down, he wasn't going to goddamn ask him to get back up before he hit him with something else, was he?
When Hulk Hogan was hulking up, the heel was typically right next to him, punching him or trying to do something to stop him from getting this magical power. If it was nowadays, Hulk Hogan would be hulking up, and the guy would, instead of being standing next to him, would turn around and run the other way to try to do something.
Yes.
And there's a lot of turning around. There's a lot of distance. I think milking's a big part of it. I blame WWE for a lot of that because they kind of normalized excessive milking, I guess.
They're the biggest dairy company in the world. The WWE, they'll milk anything. If it's got a fucking nipple, they'll milk it.
That's right. You'll see that at WrestleMania 55 with the Bloodline in the main event.
The Bloodline being milked. Loser gets milked. Whatever the fuck. But anyway, that's what happened apparently with MJF and these folks on this show.
By the way, the name of the video on TBS is, did MJF and the Acclaimed get the Triple B back? AEW Dynamite TBS.
So anybody that didn't normally watch the program would instantly be, what the fuck is that?
I guess they want people to want to answer the question if they don't already know. So what do you guys want to talk about? It's like kind of one of those situations.